So, candied pecans is what we've got on the menu today, and we're doing these just in time for the holiday season, which is officially the season of keto candied pecans here in the Duff household. Now, these pecans are totally sugar-free, so they're low carb and completely keto friendly. In fact, every serving of these candied pecans has just one net carb. And actually, they are super quick and easy to make too. You only need 3 ingredients and about 10 minutes to make them. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the good stuff, and I'll show you how to make low carb keto candied pecans. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is a little prep work. And as you're seeing here, we're starting that by adding 2 cups or 240 grams of some whole pecans to a medium-sized bowl. Then we're going to prep our sweetener, and for today's keto candied pecans, we'll be using a heaping half a cup or 120 grams of granulated swerve. And by the way, if you don't know, this stuff is great for keto because it doesn't have any calories or net carbs. Anyway, the last thing we'll want to prep is some unsalted butter. So we're just going to cube up about 4 tablespoons or 56 grams of it and add it to a small dish. Okay, so that's it for the prep work. Now we can get out a large pan, turn the heat of our flat top burner to low, and add our pecans to our pan. Then, once we've done that, we're going to stir and work those pecans around our pan just until they become fragrant. By the way, this should only take a couple of minutes to happen, so make sure you don't overcook your pecans and burn them. Now, once they are fragrant, we can transfer them back to the bowl they were in, and then we can set them aside. So at this point, we're going to add the butter that we prepped from earlier to the pan and start making the candy part of our keto candied pecans. That said though, we'll want to get our butter all melted down in the pan before adding our low carb sweetener to it. Now, once we've added the sweetener, we'll want to work it around the pan and incorporate it into the butter so that it caramelizes and dissolves without burning. That said, once the sweetener does dissolve into the butter and our mixture looks something like this, we'll want to add our pecans back to the pan. Then when we've got those in there, we'll want to work them around the pan and coat them with the candy sauce we just made. So when we've got our pecans nice and sauced up, I like to add a real nice pinch of salt to amplify the sweetness of the candied pecans, as well as a pinch of cinnamon to give them a little extra flavor. Of course, after you add these, or if you add them because it's optional to do so, you'll want to work them evenly into your pecans. Having said that, once our pecans have absorbed most of the sauce in the pan, we're going to transfer them to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Then we'll want to evenly spread them out in the tray just to give them some room to cool, and also so that they don't stick to each other as well. And speaking of cooling down, it won't take too long for that to happen, maybe just 5 minutes or so, and then you can add your keto candied pecans to a bowl and serve. As always, for more info on today's low carb keto candied pecans recipe, check out the video description below, and I hope you enjoy them.